What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, as we bring you one of the best NFL draft series on the internet. It's not only a great place for you guys to learn about the players, but also a place for NFL scouts. If they want to do a little digging, they can learn about these players as well too. Try to always bring authentic interviews, and man, I'm excited, man. I was up like 2 a.m. getting ready for this interview, dude, and man, I'm really excited to be in front of a college football legend, one of the best defensive backs in this year's NFL draft. He's a very humble guy. I don't expect him to brag too much, so I will brag for him. In his college football career, he's had 8 punts blocked. This year, he has 5 interceptions, 7 pass deflections this year. And on top of that, that's led him to be on the Jim Thorpe Trophy watch list. This guy is the thriller in Manila, man. One of the best guys to ever suit up for James Madison University. Go Dukes. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take and introduce none other than Terrence Spence. Terrence, how are you doing today, man?
Good, how are you?
Man, doing well, bro, doing well. So blessed to have you on the show, man. I know you got a lot of things on your schedule. You guys have a bye week this week, so thank you for coming out to hang out with the people of Touchdown Nation, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. No problem.
Yep. Yes, sir. So got some questions here today, man, just to get into your story. Take us from the beginning. Where are you from, and what was it like growing up?
Yeah, so I'm from Ringwood, New Jersey, small little town of northern Jersey. Grew up my whole life playing sports. Played mainly football, basketball, lacrosse, and baseball. So split those 2 sports in the spring. Eventually, when I got older, I picked to play strictly lacrosse in spring. Got to high school, still playing all 3 freshman year, and then eventually I kind of narrowed it down. What was I going to play in at the next level, or what did I have a chance to? So I decided it was going to be football. So I stopped playing basketball, continued to play football and lacrosse throughout my high school career, and then eventually, obviously, got to college. I was able to go play for Coach Chez at Holy Cross for 4 years. Now I'm here at JMU, and yeah, the rest is history.
Love it, man. Yeah. And watch a lot of superhero movies, man. You see, there was that moment where they know they wanted to save the world. Man, what was that moment for you when you realized that you loved football and you said, hey, not your average football player, this could really be something one day?
I fell in love with the game from the New York Jets, actually. I'm a diehard Jets fan. Sometimes I can be unfortunate, we haven't been doing too well lately. But yeah, when I was younger, I used to go to Jets games all the time, special occasions with my dad. And we would go watch them. We sit up in the nosebleeds, section 300, end zone. And I would love it. It was like one of my favorite things to do. And I fell in love with the game actually from Leon Washington. He's an old punt and kick returner for the Jets. And I just remember, showing up to those games so excited. And sometimes, more often than not, he would bring one to the house to open up the game or whatever it was, open up the half, just get the crowd going and stuff like that. And that stuff it drew me to the game just to, have that impact on people, the fans, and get them all excited like that. And, for me as a little kid, that was the coolest thing ever for somebody to go out there, return a kick for a touchdown, have everybody celebrating for him and stuff. So that's really where I fell in love with the game. Started, when I was younger, then I started throwing the ball around to myself as soon as I could, was able to. And then obviously once I was able to play in first grade, it was all about it. Started playing tackle and then, went from there.
Man, I love it. I love it. And you say you're a Jets fan, man. I live in Orlando, Florida. There's a lot of Jets fans here, man. It's like I live in Jersey myself.
Yeah. I've been at it for a while with them. So it's hard sometimes, but I'm true to them. I'm true to them for sure.
Yeah, I'm not mad at you, bro. I'm a Dolphins fan, so it's been a lifetime of terror, but hey, I still love the team, and we just gotta stick by them,
Yeah, absolutely. You got to.
Very cool. Now on the football field, man, you're truly you're a clean player, you're a great player, you're a guy that people take and lean on. You're really all business. But how would you describe Terrence Spence off the field, man? What are some of your hobbies, man, outside of football?
I'm really a quiet guy off the field, to be honest. Not really much to me. I'm really just all about football. And then when I'm not in the facility or at practice or whatever it may be, I'm really just relaxing. Time off is very hard to come by, when you're a football player. So I take advantage of that. I like to just hang out with my friends and family, just relax, watch football, basketball, whatever sport it may be. That's really what keeps me occupied in my time off, really. I play, video games every once in a while. Not too big of a gamer, but, that's something else I'll do to, pass time. But I'm definitely, a homebody. Don't really like going out too much. I'm perfectly content with staying in and watching a game or watching a movie or something like that on my time off. So
Love it, man. You say you're a gamer. Any games come to mind that you like to play?
I'm a big Madden guy. I've been a Madden guy for as long as I can remember. To be honest, that's like that's my go-to right there. I can play that nonstop. When I was younger. I used to play hours and hours, and continued. I've probably had every Madden since I don't even know since '05 with like Donovan McNabb on the cover. So I'm true to it.
Man, that was a great Madden. That was a
Yeah,
great
absolutely.
Madden. I traded in 7 games to GameStop to get store
Mm-hmm.
credit for that
Yeah, yeah,
Madden.
no
I
doubt.
remember very vividly. Yeah, I go back to the year 2000 when rapper Ludacris did the intro. So that's how I'm showing my age a little bit here. But yeah,
Okay, okay.
that's how old I go, man.
Yeah.
You're a very humble guy, man. What are some things that keep you grounded, man? That keep you humble in life, man?
I think it's just having the the reality or the check yourself kind of that there's always people out there working um you know just as hard as you are, I guess you could say, that are just as hungry as you are. Just being level headed and understanding that you're not, there's always room to improve, there's always room to get better. Even in my success, I don't really take away what I did well in games. I take away what I did bad, and that kind of that stuff keeps me up at night, trying to fix that stuff and trying to prevent it from affecting games down the road. I can have a game where there's I get an interception in 2 PBUs, but I lit up a 15-yard out for a first down and a critical third down. That stuff keeps me up, and that's the stuff that I don't. I mean, again, I think it keeps you level-headed and understand that you're not perfect, and there's always room to be better and improve. And you have a long way to go until you can consider yourself okay and mistake free and stuff like that. So I think just understanding that there's guys in the league that this is their job, that's what they do day in and day out, and I aspire to be that like that one day. So just continue to try to get better and better every single day, and understanding that there's always room to improve.
Man, I love that. I love that. And watching your game, it's so tough to see any flaws, man. So I'm sure you probably would say different, man, because it's you out
Yeah.
there playing. But man, you do a lot of great work, man. Are there any other parts of your games that you're trying to improve on, or is it just kind of game overall?
This whole year I've been trying to improve in my off man technique. That's something that I haven't done until this year. Really, my whole high school and college career was really, my defensive coordinators or coaches just let me go up and press and tell quarterbacks, I'm pressing every single time if they want to throw the fade ball and go ahead. They trusted me to make the play. But I had a hard conversation with myself and my coaches. Just kind of understanding that I need to, this year had to be a year where I needed to develop myself in different aspects and stuff that I'm not great at. And that's why, this whole year I've kind of been playing off, trying to perfect that technique and get better and better. I'm far from perfect at it. Still have a lot of room to improve and a lot of things I need to fix in this off season. And when I really have time to sit down and critique that stuff and really get into it. But yeah, that's one of the things that I felt like I really needed to, round out my game and, add to my bag to be able to really play wherever I need to play, and if I get a chance in the NFL. So that's one thing I definitely think I've been focusing on and definitely want to improve myself.
Love it, man. Love it. Now, walk us through, your mindset getting ready for the game, man. What does that typically look like?
Me, I'm pretty simple. I don't try to, make the game or the pregame more than it needs to be. Every day, as soon as I get to whatever field I'm going, I'll go out on the field in my travel suit. Still, I'll listen to some religious music. I've kind of leaned on God these past couple of years to get me through these seasons, and kind of leaned on Him for my hardships throughout the season and stuff like that. So I just go out there. I give thanks every single pregame before the game starts. I'll listen to a couple of different songs that I like to sit there and just sit on the bench and just kind of meditate a little bit to myself. And then I'll go in. I'll get ready to go to work on, or just get a little warm, work on some footwork and stuff before we go out for warm ups, and then really just go out there and play. But like I said, I don't really try to make it too much. Try to treat it as if it's a practice day. Your routine's your routine, and you shouldn't really change it too much just because it's a game day. Obviously, there's more at stake, but I think just being able to stay level-headed and understand that it's just another day at the office is something that keeps you ready to go every single week.
That's awesome, man. Thank you for sharing about your faith, man. That's
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
cool. Any songs that come to mind, or if you had to pick 2 or 3 that stand out as some of your favorites?
Never would have made it by that's one of them.
Marvin Sapp.
Yeah, Marvin Sapp.
Love that song.
That's my really go-to. Melodies from Heaven, listen to that every once in a while too. Best in Me by Marvin Sapp too. So these are just a couple, just kind of really get you in your head, and just give thanks to even be out there and understand how blessed I am to be in that position. A lot of people would kill to be in my position and be able to go out there on Saturdays and play. So just being able to realize where you're at and the blessings that you have in your life is important for me.
Love it, man. Melodies from Heaven. Fun fact, I just added that to my Spotify list like 3 months ago. So
yeah. A little bit higher.
Melodies from Heaven.
Gets you going a little bit.
Yeah, it's a good one, man. I can't sing for nothing. The microphone might blow up, but praise the Lord, man, for that. That's awesome, man. Talked about a little bit, you're pretty chill before the game, getting contact, get really staying prayed up, getting your mind right, because getting ready for war. Do you ever feel like, man, you have a chip on your shoulder? I mean, you guys have upset some really, really big schools, and you guys are a massive competitor in college football.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like you have a chip on your shoulder?
A little bit, I would say. Me personally, I always have kind of carried myself that way. Since I've been in high school, honestly, getting recruited. I thought I kind of, just my personal opinion, I thought I got gypped a little bit in the recruiting process, just because, you see these people that get recruited have the same measurables as you, kind of have the similar stats, and then you watch their film and it's like, wow, I can do like pretty much everything they're doing, if not a little bit better in my own opinion. So, and then, ending up not getting too many P5 or P4 offers. Ended up at Holy Cross, and again, not that it was bad. I ended up at Holy Cross. It was a blessing that I did. I'm glad I found Coach Ches and this staff that he has. I wouldn't be in this position right now if it weren't for them. So obviously everything happens for a reason, and it was a blessing that I was able to find Holy Cross. But again, just having that personal chip on your shoulder, kind of thinking that you got overlooked a little bit, is something I carry with me every single day, and I've carried it to the FBS level too, trying to prove to whoever it is, whether it be critics or scouts or whatever, that don't think, I was doing what I was doing at the FCS level, they come to the FBS level and do it, the same. It's something that I took pride in and tried to, make a thing, this year, and made it a priority. So, you always got to carry that chip on your shoulder, though, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for sharing that, man. Yeah, it's, we see it so many times. Every draft after draft, there will be someone who goes to a Division II school, a 1AA school, FCS school, and they will play better than the person at Alabama. They'll play better at than the person at Clemson, right? We see it all the time, man. So you truly are a draft gem, and not only did you have that mindset as well too, but man, you make sure you applied yourself as well too. Some people just stay angry and ticked off, and it just stays there. But man, you took it to the weight room, you took it to the gym, you took it to putting it out on the field. And what's amazing about your story, man, just again to brag on you again, man, you go from Holy Cross, which is a very good program, Patriot League, I think is the division.
Yep.
You go from there to James Madison, and your stats increase in a sense of like, man, the interceptions, the pick six. I mean, you've crushed it this year, man. So I find that absolutely fascinating, man. That being said, who are some players that you model your game after?
I wouldn't say I really, try to model myself to anybody. I try to take, bits and pieces, I would say. But again, like I try to be myself, honestly. I think every DB out there has their own little uniqueness to themselves. I think, in the NFL, you see guys that, play very well and getting in and out of their breaks. Nowadays, I think, Denzel Ward, Derek Stingley, those are two guys that come to mind when I watch their tapes. I think they get in and out of breaks very well. They have good feet, something that I'm trying to get in my off technique, be able to be more explosive out of breaks. I think, Sauce Gardner, pressing, I think, I can kind of use stuff like that to my advantage, being a, taller, lengthier corner. Obviously I haven't been able to press too much this year, but I think, I have the ability to get hands on people like that and use my length to, my advantage. Physicality and tackling wise, I think you look at people like Jalen Ramsey, He's a great tackler. He's somebody that I don't think teams really like to, run the ball outside to his side. And, I think that's a big part of being a corner, being physical, being able to tackle, to kind of take that off the menu for offensive coordinators to, kind of avoid doing that. I think that's a big part of, being a corner and establishing yourself out there. There's bits and pieces, and even from like a special team standpoint, I think there's players I kind of try to model my game after and think that I can impact the game. I think the Jets. I watch the Jets every week, and I see Irvin Charles, number 19, running down there on punt every week and just lighting people up and making explosive plays, kind of getting momentum and pinning those guys deeper in their territory and making it harder for them to drive down the field. So just watching that stuff week in and week out in the NFL level, and seeing those guys and how they, how good they are at their craft. There's stuff that I definitely think I can do and put it all together and, be able to impact a team like that if I was able to give them the opportunity.
Love it, man. Love it. Yeah. Speaking of making teams, man, is there a defensive scheme that you feel makes your skills pop the most and would ultimately be the most beneficial to teams? Any favorite schemes at all?
Nothing like really comes to mind. I mean, I personally enjoy, playing zone. I think, a lot of corners would say the same, though. I think it's, that's kind of where you're able to go and kind of just be a ball hawk. I think, a lot of my plays that I've made this year, or a couple of them have been in zone where I'm able just to see the field and go be an athlete and make plays. That's where I think I do pretty well sometimes. But again, I think it's just, it's whatever. There's more than just, the scheme for a corner. It's more, what fits the defense as a whole. I think this year, being here and having such a good D line, I think we were able to send a lot of pressure and, force quarterbacks to get the ball out. And again, like as a corner, I think that's awesome to have a good D line. That helps you so much, knowing that ball is coming out and 2, 3, 4 seconds is not, the quarterback's not going to be able to sit back there, take a 5-step drop and look down the field and then go through all of his reads. Like even if he's going to get through all of them, he's going to be panicking, he's going to be running around because your D line's going to get there. So I think it all just has to do with what team you're on and what benefits your defense as a whole. It's not really a personal thing for a corner or one coverage or scheme that fits me. It really depends on who I have around me, the other 10 guys, because you can't win a football game by yourself. It takes all 11 guys on the field. So
I love it, man. And one thing we know about James Madison, I'm glad you shout out the D line, man, because you guys love your defensive players. Last year it was Jalen Green and Jamry Croma. This year they got Dobbs. I mean, you guys are just very disciplined team.
No, they are. They're great up there for sure. They definitely help me out there and make some plays.
Yeah, absolutely, man. In your development on the next level, man, I know you haven't officially declared for the draft, but you know, it's I would guess it's coming. But in your development on the next level, meaning the NFL, what's something you want NFL teams to know about you that will help with your growth of learning a new system?
I think it's just I'm eager to learn. I'm eager to make this my job, I guess you could say. Like this is what I've been doing my entire life. This is what I know. I know football. I've been, like I said before early in the interview, I mean, I've been playing this sport for as long as I can remember. I fell in love with it. And, just being able to progress every single year, get older, get more experience. I think I get better as a player every year, which is something that I feel like it's good to see that people can get better and improve. There's always room for improvement. So just being able, having an open mind, going into whatever, organization would take a chance on me and, doing whatever they need me to do, whether that be run down on kickoff or punt, go make some tackles, whether that be, go block a punter, go block a field goal in a critical situation, or J drop on kick return, or then even, go onto the defensive side of the ball. If it's play every single down of the game, or, get a couple of packages where, you can utilize my ability to do what I do best. Whatever that may be, just doing my part to help the team win. Because, that's where I think I've won. I've been winning since I was in Pee Wee, high school, college. So I'm not really used to losing. I think I add a winning factor to whatever locker room I'm in. Yeah.
Man, I love it. I couldn't have said any better myself, man. Thank you, man, for sharing that. Coming from James Madison University, smaller program, it means that you guys have had this underdog mentality, and it has led to upset after upset, very competitive games. I get more excited for James Madison football games than I do much bigger programs, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are super on the incline and very fun to watch. Obviously, it's your final year of college football. It's looking like. What advice would you have for the new guys who are coming in next year? I know you guys have signing day here in a couple days. Actually, I think tomorrow, I believe it is. What advice would you have for these young guys coming in?
Just to buy in, honestly, I think that's the biggest part to a lot of success as a football team. Is understanding that's a team sport and understanding that's a process. You can't just you can't win overnight. And it all starts in the summer. I think that's why we were able to start so strong last year was because everybody bought into the off season. Obviously, I wasn't here in the winter to participate in winter workouts and spring ball and stuff like that, which I hated. Being at Holy Cross, I had to graduate. So being, having to train by myself and lift and run and do all that stuff myself obviously wasn't ideal. But then when I got here in the summer, just seeing how everybody attacked it, and I think that was a big part of how, we were able to kind of transition into summer camp without really losing a step, and then being able to go into our first week and kind of start rolling right away. So just every single young guy, I think all the younger guys in the locker room right now understand it, and I think all the freshmen that will come in will understand it too. That's just it's a team program here. It's a developing program. You got to be able to know your role and know that even if you're not starting or you're not, where you want to be at that time, whatever you're doing, whether that be scout team and giving looks, or if you're, in meetings, giving input, or seeing what you see on the field and kind of having a voice. I think everything matters. I think everybody on the team has their own individual role, and just being as good as you can be at that role leads to a lot of success as a football program as a whole. We had a tough situation this year. Obviously, you come in, you have a new coach, a new staff, a lot of transfers. You're building a team within very short notice. And for us to all come together this year and do what we did, I think it was really special, and it's a testament to how close this team was and how how tight knit we were to understand the goal at hand and be selfless and just put the team before ourselves.
I love it, man. Love it. Thank you for sharing that. You've had this amazing journey, 5 years of college football. That's no easy feat, man.
Yes,
I lasted 1 year at a Division II school, and we were trash. So I got a little sample of it, man. But man, to be 5 years to keep it going, coming through COVID and just work the way that you've worked, progress the way you've progressed has been amazing. Who are some people that have helped you to get to where you are today, man, who've been a very pivotal part of your journey?
I mean, there's not one specific person that's got me to where I am. It takes a village. Obviously starting with my parents, and my brother and sister, and all my family. My immediate family. Just having that support system behind you that gets you through everything. The good and the bad times. And then obviously you have your coaches, your teammates, your trainers and stuff that you come across along the way. So, there's a bunch of people that have made their individual mark on my career and my path as a player, and that still follow my story, still follow me to stay able to reach out and stuff. So, I definitely feel the support. And like I said, it takes a village. I can't do it alone. I need the support system that I have. And, I've one of the best, I feel like. So, I'm just thankful to have that. Not everybody has that available to them. So, never taking it for granted and understanding how important it is awesome.
Love it, man. Love it. One of my last questions today, man. Again, you haven't declared yet, but man, once that time does come, you do officially declare. Once you are drafted, man, what are some of your goals year one in the NFL?
Year one is just kind of like I said before, just going in there and learning. Not kind of being understanding that I'm a rookie and understanding that I have a lot to learn. It's a whole nother level of football. I think it's it might even be a crazier transition than I've ever experienced, going from, Pee Wee to high school or even high school to college. Every time you go up in a level of football, stuff changes, the game gets faster, the speed and how everything's moving and, how you have to understand everything. So just understanding that I'm a rookie and that, I need to improve. I can't, go make the same mistakes over and over again. I need to, take the coaching, take whatever happens at that practice, and then being able to, or that day, moving on and being able to adjust and improve from it. So just like I said, just having an open mind, being there to learn and improve every single day, something that would be key for me and that I know I need to do.
I love it, man. And then last question of the day. And again, thank you for coming to hang out with us on the show. What's something you want NFL scouts to know about you? You know, they do a lot of research. I've heard stories from NFL agents where they'll reach out to like middle school teachers, like, how was he in class in 7th grade? It just that's kind of a little extreme. But you know, like, what's something you want them to know about you that they may not know already?
Just that I'm a hard worker, and that, you know, this stuff means a lot to me. I don't ever take it lightly on myself, and sometimes it's almost like it's a bad thing. You know, I hold on to stuff a little bit too long, but at the same time, I think it shows how much I care, how much, you know, I understand, you know, just how important winning is, and how important, you know, being good at what you do is. I don't think, you know, there's a standard that I hold for myself, and if I don't reach that standard, I'm not very happy with myself. So, you know, understanding that I'm a very competitive player, and somebody that really does, you know, have a high standard for themselves and what they're putting out there. And if I'm not upholding that standard, that, you know, I need to definitely make a change, and it eats at me, and I make sure that I fix it before, you know, it just continues to roll. So, yeah, just understanding that you know, the standard is standard for me, and I'm going to compete and give it my all every single day, and hopefully, you know, help my team or wherever I am succeed.
Love it. Love it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the man underneath the helmet, Terrence Spence. And Terrence is, again, you watch it, get your popcorn ready if you're going to watch this highlight reel. I'm going to have all social media stuff down below in the description of this video. Terrence, I cannot thank you enough. Again, you're super busy, so thank you for coming to hang out with me for about half an hour. Can't thank you enough, man. And ladies and gentlemen, comment below. Let us know how this interview made you feel and what team you think that he will land on. He will be a best fit, because I see 32. Even if they have a great defensive back or future Hall of Famers, you still want Terrence Spence in there, man, because he's going to be able to contribute. So I'll see you guys next time on the Touchdown with Doug Smith. Dude, thank you for watching another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, where we have exclusive NFL content and exclusive NFL interviews. Be sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. Follow us on social media. See you on the next one.